What's up guys, FL-bspeer here. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how you can complete the brand new Scourge of the Past raid challenge, the All for One and One for All challenge. This challenge can be picked up as a bounty from Hawthorne if your clan is level 4, so I'm going to be going over all the steps required to get this completed for you and your clan. If this video helps you out, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below, drop a like if you enjoy this video, and subscribe to the channel if you're new here for more Destiny 2 content. With that being said, let's get straight into today's guide. Alright, now as I mentioned before, you're going to have to be level 4 with your clan even to be able to pick up this bounty from Hawthorne. Now once you have the bounty picked up, in the Scourge of the Past raid, it's going to be the Phase 1 encounter for the boss. This is the part where you have to go around the bottom area of the map and collect the different shapes and stack the buffs, and then go deposit them upstairs to bring up the tanks and then do damage on the boss. Now in this guide, I'm not going to be going over how to complete the encounter itself. Instead, I'm going to be going over the challenge, what it is, and how you can complete it, and also any strategies we use to make this relatively easy on you guys. Basically, the challenge is that every single player must deposit every single buff before the encounter is over. So as you guys know, in the bottom you have the 3 different shapes. You have the square, the triangle, and the circle, which means that every single player must deposit a square, a triangle, and a circle before you can finish the boss off. Which means that this is actually going to be a 3-phase, and it must be 3-phased, otherwise you will not complete the challenge. Now this challenge is a little bit different from some of the other challenges because it will not give you a notification that you failed the challenge unless you've actually killed the boss. What that means to me, in my opinion, I think that you basically don't fail the challenge until the boss is dead, but everyone has to at least deposit each buff. Now we didn't test it this way, we wanted to be safe. So the strategy that we used is as follows. Now this is the general tip that we used for the duration of this encounter. Basically, each person would be designated a team, Team 1 and Team 2, and then you would have Guy 1, Guy 2, and Guy 3, and each person would have their own order that they would grab their buffs and deposit. So I would designate this beforehand, that way it makes things a lot less confusing, because in reality this challenge isn't that difficult, it's just the setup for it can be a little confusing. So how the flow of this encounter will work: you have 3 people on the bottom grabbing shapes, and you have 3 people on the top defeating shanks and servitors. Now the people on the top, it's very important that you don't defeat the servitor until the people on the bottom tell you to, because you need to make sure that everyone grabs their proper shape. Now the people on the bottom, you're going to designate Guy 1, Guy 2, and Guy 3. Now if we use the lettering for the code that I gave you guys earlier, Guy 1 is going to grab circle, triangle, and then square in that order. Now in order to 3-phase this to get the challenge done, each person is going to only deposit twice before it goes to a damage phase. Now remember, as you're grabbing the buffs, if you guys are next to each other with different buffs, you're going to get tethered, and if you're tethered for too long, it will kill you. So what we did is we designated each of the deposit zones to each of the respective Guy 1, Guy 2, or Guy 3. So Guy 1 is going to be plate number 1, which is all the way in the front of the map in the middle. Plate number 2 is going to be to the right of that, which is the right of spawn, and then plate number 3 is going to be left, which is the left of spawn. There's only 3 plates, so each guy is going to get their respective plate number when you deposit. So how this will look, for example, is you'll kill the servitor to start the encounter. 3 people on the top, 3 people on the bottom. The 3 people on the bottom are going to go to their first symbol. So for example, Guy 1 is going to get circle first. So he's going to go over, find his circle, he's going to melee it. Once everyone on the bottom has their buff, then the people up top are going to kill the servitor. Once they kill the servitor, the people on the bottom can come out and go deposit to their respective plates. Now once you've deposited your first buff, you're going to go back down and go find your second symbol. So for Guy 1 on Team 1, it's going to be the triangle. So once you find the triangle and everyone else on the bottom finds their buff, the people up top are going to kill the servitor, so that way you can come out. Once you come out, you go back to your respective plate and deposit it. That's going to be 2 deposits, which means it will go to a damage phase. Now, an important thing to remember when you're in damage phase, what we usually did would pick a certain direction to rotate around the tank. while we're shooting. But also remember, you do have to 3-phase this, so although you can do a large amount of damage, you want to make sure that you can still 3-phase it, otherwise you will fail the challenge. Alright, now for the second damage phase, this is where it can get a little confusing, because guy 1 only has one more symbol to grab. So for guy 1 of team 1, that's going to be the square. So everyone's going to go down, grab their buffs. Once everyone has their buffs, people up top are going to kill the servitor. Then the people from the bottom that have the buffs go and deposit. Now, once you deposit all 3 symbols, you're done. You're basically going to switch roles with the other people that were up top, so that way they can finish out their set. So guy 1 is now going to be on the top, killing servitors from team 1, and then team 2 is going to come in and basically rinse and repeat the same thing. We'll use guy 1 as an example for this encounter as well. So guy 1 is going to grab circle from team 2. Once everyone has their respective buffs, you're going to kill the servitor up top, go and deposit. Same designated plates, guy 1, guy 2, and guy 3. And once you have that first one deposited, it's going to go to another damage phase. Overall, it's not too difficult to complete, but it is a bit tedious because each time you pick up a buff, you have to go deposit it, and every player has to deposit every single buff. So if there was a few tips that I could give you guys to maybe alleviate the process, make it a little bit easier on you guys. Tip number 1, don't use sparrows in the bottom of the map. There are a lot of enemies that can shoot you and destroy your sparrow very quickly. So make sure you're only using your sparrow up top, and only if there's no enemies around you to kill you. A lot of times people die from really dumb stuff on this encounter, and that can hinder your process. What we did was we took a screenshot of the lettering and the guy number and the team number set, and basically sent it in our Discord for everyone to be able to see during the raid encounter. That way everyone keeps track of what they're supposed to be doing in what order. And a final tip I would give you guys is make sure you have weapons and supers appropriate to the shields of the shanks and the captains, as those are going to be the enemies that give you the most trouble throughout this encounter. Alright guys, but that is going to wrap it up for this video. That's how you complete the all for one and one for all challenge. Again, it's not very difficult, it's just a bit tedious, but overall not too bad once you get it completed. So again, if this video helped you out, let me know in the comment section down below. Drop a like if you enjoy this video, and subscribe to the channel if you're new here for more Destiny 2 content. If you guys are needing a clan to raid with, we are recruiting higher level guardians to help people out. So if you guys are 630, have Forsaken and Black Armory, and you guys are looking for a clan to join, we do have space on our clan. We are recruiting more people to help out our other clanmates. So if you're interested, a link will be in the description box below. But that is going to wrap it up for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.